Hi, Varsity Band. This is Eric Morong, and I am the instructor for this semester's Varsity Band of Fall 2021. Firstly, I want to say thank you very much for your patience while we got this Blackboard course up and running. The reason that it took us so long to get started is because we made a last-minute format change to how the class is going to be run this semester. When the year began, we planned on meeting as an in-person course, but we later decided to make the change to online asynchronous. And the reasons we made that change is because, number one, feedback I got from students that have taken this class before, both as an online and a in-person class, have told me that they preferred the class as an online course because they basically get more out of it. They learn more through this format. And then the second reason is because we have slightly lower enrollment than we normally would. So we didn't want to try to make a concert band with limited and awkward instrumentation. So that's why we decided to make it an online asynchronous course. So I apologize for our tardiness, but I think it's going to be worth it. And now we're up and running, and I'm excited to get started. So online asynchronous means you will be working online at your own pace. Assignments will be due at the end of the week on Sunday. So by Sunday night, that's when you'll be completing your assignments. Everything that you're going to need is right here on Blackboard. So the purpose of this video is to show you how to navigate the Blackboard site, which you now have access to. So the announcements, there's only one announcement right here. You don't really need to read it. The main purpose of going over this is to make sure that at this point you all have an instrument in proper working condition. If you don't, Mark Streeter is the one that you're going to want to reach out to for those instruments. The only instrument that we ask you not to play is percussion. You'll just get more out of this course if you choose a brass or a woodwind instrument. Syllabus is here. You can read it at on your own time. The main tab you're going to be going to is the assignments, obviously, because these are where you're going to be turning in your work. As I complete the future weeks, I'm going to throw those up here as well, because I know there are some of you that like to kind of work ahead and get caught up. So I'll put them up there as soon as I complete them. Right now, all you're going to see is week 1, and I'm going to show you what a typical week's going to look like in Varsity Band. So these are all of your assignments. The first thing you're going to do is just to complete a really easy meet and greet. It's a discussion board post, so please answer these questions. And then the assignments. You're going to submit 2 videos every week. One video is you playing through scales and patterns on those scales. And then the second video is you playing through a band piece that's in the same key of the scales that you just played. So the scales and patterns are all going to be from the Sound Innovations book for ensemble development for intermediate concert band. The music you can access right here. There's a link to the music. You can print it off at home, or you can just look off of it through your computer screen, find your instrument, and that's what you're going to play. For the video, I am not looking for anything fancy, for anything really high tech. Most students just choose to use their phones, which is fine. I use an iPad to record my videos. If you have some kind of a Zoom, like an IQ7, which is a microphone that plugs right into your phone, or like a USB microphone, if you want to step it up just a little bit in terms of the quality, feel free to do so, but don't feel obligated. You won't need to buy any kind of recording gear for this course. Now, when you submit the scales and patterns, you can do any tempo that's comfortable for you. You can take certain notes down an octave if you need to. You can also record your video in separate takes, meaning you can record one line, stop, record the next line, stop, record. For me, I just do all of the lines in one take. You don't have to do that if you'd rather do them in separate takes. And then when you submit it, you're going to answer this question for most of the assignments: is identify any difficulties you ran into while completing this activity. So those are the scales and patterns. And then here's the piece, the second assignment. This first one, for example, is called Star Splitter Fanfare by Brian Balmages. It's in the same key of concert B flat major. It's a great first piece for beginning band students. I would highly recommend it if you ever teach beginners one day. The music is right here. You can access it. Again, print it off or just look at it online. You're going to play these with a play-along track. The play-along track has a 2-measure count-off in the beginning. It'll sound like this. so you can play along with the backing track. You might want to use some kind of a speaker, just something as simple as a small Bluetooth speaker if you're having a hard time hearing the backing track while you play, especially if you play a loud instrument like trumpet, saxophone. You want to be able to get used to moving the air while still hearing the backing track. And again, here's me playing through a video. I play through all the assignments with you. One, so I can kind of empathize with you and what you're going through. And I'm a percussionist, so every video that you see is me playing one of my secondary instruments. So I actually really enjoy it as well. But the second reason I do it is so you know what I'm looking for. So you have an example of what your recording should look like. I just make YouTube videos for all of mine. So they're really easy to upload that way. And again, upload the video, answer any questions in the submission box related to the video. So this is what a basic week is going to look like. Every week, you're going to have a new scale, new patterns on that scale, and then a different band piece that's in that key to submit. This is the most important thing I'm going to tell you right now. I am not looking for perfection by any means necessary. I'm not actually grading you on your playing in this course. All I'm really looking for is improvement. And you're naturally going to be making huge improvements anyways, just because you're all playing secondary instruments. Or maybe you're playing your primary instrument, but you just need to get better at performing your primary instrument at a higher level, and this class is going to do that for you really well. So just so you know that, okay, you do not need perfection. You do not need to spend hours upon hours working on these assignments. Of course, the more you practice, the better you're going to sound, but you're going to develop empathy for your future students one day because you're going to realize how hard it is to learn a band instrument from scratch. And you're all in college, so you're going to imagine what would it be like for a 4th or a 5th grader to learn how to play the trumpet for the first time or the clarinet for the first time. I mean, it's tough. And now you're going to go through the same struggles that they're going through. So that's one of the main objectives of the course, is develop empathy and then learn through experience, hands-on experience, how to teach those instruments better. Now, if you really want to show growth, make sure that you look at my comments that I type in when I grade your assignment. So when you submit an assignment, check back to it after it's been graded, and I want you to read my comments. In my comments, I'll tell you things you're doing well, of course, but more importantly, I'm going to tell you things that you can do to take your playing to the next level in terms of how to play maybe with a better sound, maybe some better fingerings you can do, checking your embouchure, looking at your posture, how you're breathing. When you record your videos, make sure that I can see a good, clear picture of you and your hands and your fingers while you play. That way I can actually look and see things like technique, fluency, posture, breathing, things like that. So make sure you stand far enough where I can see like pretty much from like your torso up, and I can see your hands and your embouchure and things like that. So that way I can give you more valuable feedback. The content here, these are some helpful resources that you might want to take a look at. Like fingering charts are pretty helpful, obviously. These essential warm-ups are gold. I print these out for my students every single year. You want to check out these essential warm-ups. And then pitch tendencies. These are just kind of like more advanced tendency tone worksheets. So if you click on that, you'll see notes on your instrument that are typically well in tune, pretty stable, notes that are sharp, notes that are very sharp, flat or very flat. But this is not a fingering chart. This is just a really cool thing that Shelley Jazzgo put together so we can see what our tendency tones are of our instruments. So that's a pretty cool resource too. And that is it, everybody. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I know the only drag about an online model is we don't have that face-to-face connection. So please do not hesitate to reach out to me throughout this entire semester. If you have any questions, concerns, even though we're meeting as an online model, I'm happy to give you lessons on Zoom or head to Elmhurst and meet you in person to work on some of the stuff together as well. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope it helps. Please be safe, be healthy, and can't wait to hear you all play. Bye-bye.